Jeff Foxworthy if he was woke, and also Jerry Seinfeld. It's too many layers on the bit now, man. Plus I got a burp to start this segment here. I'd like to apologize. See, someone said if you don't get this on the first one, you're cooked. But I don't know what this is. I feel like this might be You Only Live Twice. The James Bond movie, You Only Live Twice. The one where Sean Connery is turning Japanese for some reason. Maybe not. Is it? Maybe it's just Dr. No? It's not even the right ballpark, man. It looks like it takes place in like Thailand. Is it such a cold finger? Bro, this is like, it's a Roger Moore one. This is like, I don't know which one it is. Maybe the man with the golden gun. He's the man with the golden gun. Dukes of Hazzard? No, this is when the James Bond franchise got like really, really, really bad. And like, there was like a cop that was in like 3 James Bond movies in a row. Like he was insanely popular as like a Ned Flanders type character in one James Bond, and then like 4 years later in a different country, he shows up in the movie, and they're like, Officer McShane, what are you doing here? Like it's just they were really missing it in the 80s, or maybe this is the 70s, but still. J.W. Pepper. I'm a pepper man. I drink your lassie. I drink your mango lassie. I drink it up. I move my paper straw all the way across the lazy Susan, and I drink your mango lassie. You know what I'm talking about? What if what if Daniel Plainview was at the Indian buffet with you? No thanks, man. Bro, there's enough to go around. There's endless gulab jamun, bro. Which NFC team has totaled the most regular season losses in the last 5 years? So you got like bad teams in the NFC in the last 5 years. Cardinals, Giants maybe. They did really well in like 2022 or 2023. They've been pretty bad since. It's probably going to be a team that I forget. It's going to be like the Falcons, or it's going to be the Saints, or it's going to be or the Titans or AFC, and they had a good year. I'm going to say Falcons, man. I don't know. Who is it? Panthers is a great guess. Stop typing Bears. The Bears are in the AFC. Yeah, the Bears are in the NFC. You're right. My bad. Because they played the Colts in the Super Bowl in like 2006, 2007. I always think of them as an AFC team for some reason. If they wanted me to know more about them, they should like win some games. They won the draft lottery. I was proud of them for that. But Cincinnati went 44-7 in college football with his 4-year starting QB at the helm. Yeah, I have no idea. Okay, so a quarterback that maybe was drafted 4 years ago. Anthony Richardson, Riley Ridley, I have no idea. After a 13-16 regular season, this school, led by Sundiata Gaines, won the 2008 SEC tournament. That's probably, I'm going to say the University of Miami in Ohio. Founded in 1886, this paints and coatings company is the largest coating company in the world based on revenue. Sherwin-Williams? Oh, we take those, man. We take those. What's the other paint company that I could have taken there that I was thankful not to have taken? Bear. Ice. Cold. Bear. Ice. Cold. Benjamin Moore. You're right about that. That is Cillian Murphy and the country music guy himself. whose name is Blake Shelton. I don't know. That's not Blake Shelton? Ah, it could be Gerard Butler. That could be Gerard Butler. I'll give you that one. Imagine James Blake Shelton. I don't give a fuck. I don't care about my truck. I don't care about my whiskey anymore. You know what I'm talking about? James Blake Shelton, people. You need to have a cosmopolitan knowledge of musical genres to really understand. Not really, that's okay. Jeff Foxworthy, Jerry Seinfeld's going to hit, though. It's going to hit. A lot of comedy is just like, what if this was like this instead, I think. It's referential. Hey, I watched okay, I finished Jacob's Ladder this morning on the bike. I gave it a 5-star. Maybe not the best movie I've ever seen, but sticks right here, sticks right there in your brain. Lots to turn over, and undefeated in atmosphere, tone, and vibes. Not good vibes, but just like the vibes that they're going for. They absolutely nailed it. Then I watched 60 minutes of The First American Pie, and all those kids should be in prison. What they did to Nadia about 51 minutes into that movie is actually like a felony. That's a crime. 100%. Jim needs to be in federal prison. Everybody else maybe just needs to have it on their record. But like Jim needs to be in federal prison. Eugene Levy kind of undefeated though. Why'd you decide to watch that? I needed to fill 60 minutes with a movie that I did not care about actually finishing. Just 60 minutes of like completely disposable entertainment. So I said, you know what? We'll just put on American Pie 1. And then as soon as the bike ride's over, it's not like I'm like, oh, I got to see where this goes. And I can't take any more pop culture Jeopardy right now. This brand of cereal is named after 2 different foods, neither of which are in the cereal. It's whole grain wheat, barley, salt, sugar, and vitamins. I mean, like, okay, so there's corn flakes, but flakes are not a food. There's Rice Krispies. Crispy is not a food. There's corn pops. Pops are not a food. There's Lucky Charms. Neither of them are food. Cap'n Crunch, Count Chocula, Life, Just Right, Muesli, Alpen, Golden Grams, Sugar Crisp, whole grain wheat, Honey Nut Cheerios? Honey Nut Cheerios? Nope. Oh, Raisin Bran. Raisin Bran makes way more sense. Honey Nut Cheerios does seem like more of like a 70. Or Grape Nuts. Oh, yeah, you're right. Raisin Bran does have raisins and bran in it. This cooking game show. Is it cake? We really fucked up culture I mean, we didn't do anything, really. I didn't watch this garbage, but like culture got fucked up in the 2020s, man. We got to save it. I don't know how we do it. I'm doing my part paying $2.99 to rent movies on Prime Video in the hope that maybe like one day TriStar Pictures will be like, damn, one person rented Jacob's Ladder on Prime Video this month. Maybe we should make more shit like that. Name the 1992 comedy film based on 4 clues. It's Wayne's World, man. I'll have the cream of some young guy. I can't wait till I get you on the floor, good looking. Going out so hot, just like an oven. Can't wait till I get you on the floor, good looking. Going out so hot, just like an oven. I don't know any Justin Timberlake song from 2013. I know My Love from 2006, and then I know the song from Trolls, and I know nothing in between. Is this, this might be the one where he goes, it's like I look in the mirror, and see some bitch staring back at me, staring back at me. That's Suit and Tie. I don't know that one. It's not the one from Trolls. I know all the lyrics to the ones from Trolls. I got this feeling inside my bones. It goes electric, baby, when it turns me on. All through my soul. We're vying up so high. I got this sunshine in my pocket. Got that good song in my feet. Got the hot blood when I rock it. I don't stop. Whoo. Something like that. All the words, man. All the words. Do you think he'll get a cameo in Trolls 5? Brother, if they make a Trolls 4, they're not going to kill off Branch, okay? Like, I know that he's got some controversy, but like, can I... The movie's for like 7-year-olds. I don't think you should have to like fire Justin Timberlake from Trolls. They shouldn't even know like what drunk driving is, man. Let Branch be in Trolls 4, okay? Now, in a movie for adults, maybe you don't want Justin Timberlake in there because as soon as he shows up on the screen, all the adults are going to be like, this is going to ruin the tour. But like, they're little kids, man. Gerard Butler. So the James Blake joke doesn't even work, man. My son says he's going to drive drunk like Branch when he grows up. Branch doesn't drive drunk. The Trolls, well, okay, they do drive. They do let a baby drive in Trolls 3. Not Baby Driver. The guy in that was canceled for different reasons. I was going to say worse reasons, and I do think that they are worse reasons, but they're both really bad. Drunk driving is also bad, for sure. But if you had to pick what your favorite celebrity got canceled for, would you rather they got canceled for Justin Timberlake stuff or Kevin Spacey stuff? You have to pick one. You have to pick one. You have to pick one right now. Yeah, 100%. I refuse the question. We can have both. You guys think Cam Ward's coming off the board first? Or Shedeur Sanders? I got a rack on Sanders. Also, I think you guys are crazy if you think that the Patriots are taking Abdul Carter, man. They're obviously taking Travis Hunter. He's the first, he's built different, man. He's built different. He's going to be the first player on both sides of the ball, the first two-way player in 70 years, in 7 decades, man. Hunter not falling to 4. Buddy, the Giants have a positional need. They're taking whatever QB doesn't go first. So the only people that have a decision is the Titans. They're taking Ward or they're taking Sanders. And then the Pats have a choice. They can take either Carter or they could take Hunter. The Giants have Daniel Jones? No, they don't, bro. He just went to the Colts. You haven't been to ESPN.com today? Why did I click on spin? Flop, river, hole, turn. These are poker cards. Cards in Texas Hold'em. This ain't Texas. Ways to greet someone. Hail, flag, wave, whistle. How to call a taxi in New York City. Spin, angle, slant, bias. One's personal perspective. And then this is like some shit you write in an old love letter. Shakespearean words. I mean, that's like a 1 out of 5 difficulty connections. I'm not even sure there was a red herring in there today. It's nice. You know, you like that there's some freebies and you like that there's some impossible ones. The slightest bit. Like a crossword clue about crossword clues. I'm so meta, even this acronym. Sports shocker with a hint to the circled letters. I would like to say upset, but maybe it could be better. Sign of life is a pulse. Small arguments, tiffs, make excited. Automaker with a cyber truck. Maybe it's Spats. And then this is Amp Up. This is a test. First ones might be awkward. Dates. Upset. It is upset. Okay. Not that bad today. And then in the brackets, test. Sports. You have to unscramble the letters in the box, right? Yeah, it's definitely testes. I think it's set testes. Octopus by Teslua. What's she up to, man? Octopus by Teslua. It's crazy to like have that be one of your last 10 tweets. Octopus by Teslua. Oh, it is up. It's set going up. I see. They're 3 up sets. That's funny. That's very humorous. Finlandia sliced Munster. 32 ounces of it. And cheese is expensive. Shouldn't cheese be cheap? Because milk is borderline fucking free. Like, it's cheaper than water. So why the fuck is cheese like one of the most expensive broad categories in the grocery store, man? We should stop subsidizing milk and start subsidizing fucking cheese, dude. Why? Because then it would be cheaper to purchase at the grocery store. Milk is expensive? Not if you buy the bullshit. If you buy the bullshit, it's like the cheapest thing that you can get in the store. Like in terms of the cost of a fluid, vinegar is like they're giving it away. Then it's water, which is almost free. Then there's milk, which is like, let me rephrase. Then there's soda, which is like sometimes even cheaper than the water. And then there's milk. And then don't even get me started once you get into like the fruit juices. Well, we're not messing with that. I raise you olive oil. That is expensive. Olive oil is expensive. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't make sense to me that vinegar is so cheap when it starts as water. Sodas are so expensive. It's like $15 for a 12 pack here. See, this always happens. The same thing happens whenever I talk about McDonald's. People go, McDonald's is so expensive. Then I say, drop your order. And they go, well, 2 junior chickens. I got to get like a McDouble on top of that. Then you have to get like a large fry. And then I always get a McFlurry and like 2 apple pies. And I put the apple pies in the McFlurry. And I'm like, there's your problem, buddy. That's like 20 items that you just ordered. Of course it's going to be expensive. Zero sugar cola from Western Family. $5.59 for a 12 pack. $5.59 Canadian. That's like $3.75 US, man. That's crazy. A single 12 pack is $15. Do you live in Finlandia next to the sliced Munster? Does it taste good? It tastes exactly the same as Coke Zero, man. The Bay Area? Which bay? The fucking, let me think, Hudson's Bay? A chicken tender? A chicken tender? What's next? A chicken tender? It's not habit forming. Sorry, I'm not crashing out. It's okay. But then, like, are we talking a 12 pack of Coke Zero in the Bay Area? Or are we talking a 12 pack of real cane sugar, an artisanal motherfucking soda master with a wax mustache and a Peaky Blinders cap, stirring the fucking urn with a broom handle and shit like that into locally made cans, and the cans are biodegradable the old-fashioned way. Normal-ass Coke Zero? That's crazy. Because I basically live in like Canada, San Francisco, and there's $5.59 a 12 pack, man. $5.59 a 12 pack. Mexican Coke is better? Yeah, probably. Better to get your dick stuck in, for sure. Finlandia slice. So this is what is 32 ounces? That's how we started this. A pound is 16 ounces. So this is 2 pounds? 2 pounds. I just realized I don't know how much cheese costs by the pound to begin with. I'm doing the Fermi estimate. I would expect half of this to be $8.99 Canadian at my local grocery store. Then Americanize it, so reduce it by 20%. That takes us down to $7.19. And then apply the currency effect. I'm going to say that takes us to $5.99. And then instead of doubling it, add 30%. So that takes us from $6 to $7.89, and then apply the Costco formula, $7.99. Okay. They're trying to burn me at the stake. I see them coming with the pitchforks. I see them. They're trying to tie me up. They got the funny hats with the belt buckle on them. No, sir. No, sir. I'm not a witch. I just crush a lot. That was pretty sick, though, right? That was pretty sick. Actually, like, raised my heart rate. It's funny, like, a lot. A lot. My wife had a like heart monitor on yesterday. She's chill, by the way. She just had a heart monitor on, like, for observational reasons. I don't know if you've ever had one of those on. You have to write down like a log of everything that happens in the day. So I guess they, like, the cardiologist, like, cross references it with the log. Wouldn't you know it? Yesterday, she went to lay down on the couch and she saw a spider. She was like, "Should I write it down?" I was like, "I already got it for you." It was like 5:17 p.m. Saw a spider. Wrote it down on the log. Like, if they want to know when you're, like, sleeping, when you're eating, etc., they want to know when you see a spider too, man. I didn't know what to write when I jacked off. You probably should have just wrote episode of masturbation, because it does. When I was looking at the tutorial for how to write the form, it was like, please write down everything, and then it said e.g. intercourse. I was like, I'd rather just write down that there was like 15 minutes where we saw a spider or something. Yes. 9 p.m. intercourse with insanely hot babe. 9:30 p.m. Round 2 of intercourse with insanely hot babe that you don't know. You wouldn't know her. 10:15 p.m. round 3. 3-hour session with unbelievably hot babe that you don't ask. Don't ask, you wouldn't know her. But actually, that was just you getting Costco perfect after engaging in a Fermi estimate. Where was Fermi from? I'm going to guess his ass was, like, from Italy. Pretty close. Maybe 1,400 kilometers away. Thinking that could be like, hear me out here. Cyprus. I thought you were Cyprus. That's my bad. I'm pretty sure, now that I think about it, you're Crete. I'm a Crete. I'm an island. What the hell am I doing here in the east of the Mediterranean? By the way, you guys lied to me. You said that the Mediterranean was an example of a sea that doesn't connect to the ocean. The fuck do you think this is, man? That's the Atlantic. It's like the 3rd biggest ocean. We did not say that. They said it. Hello. This cord, I will use it for something else, but it's not the cord that I need to replace. I got it. I got it. I'm gonna use it. I like to keep the cords. I always need cords. I I got it. I got it. I'm on a wave right now. I correctly surmised the price of 2 pounds of cheese at Costco. I thought it was impressive. She's not impressed with it. She did give me the flour from yesterday. Thank you for the juice, by the way. Okay. She's had a hard day because, like, the service that we got the heart rate monitor from is also on, like, rolling strike. So when they gave her the heart rate monitor, they were like, yeah, we might be on strike tomorrow. But, like, someone will call you and just tell you what to do with the heart rate monitor if we're on strike. And then in true 2020s fashion, nobody called her. So she just went to the office, and then apparently they were like, knock really loudly. Just keep knocking until somebody answers and takes the heart rate monitor. Seems a little chaotic right now. Had that live song stuck in my head all day. What live song are you talking about? Are you talking about Her Placenta Falls to the Floor? You talking about like the confusion leveling heads as the placenta falls to the floor? The angel opens her eyes, pale blue colored eyes, as the placenta falls to the floor. That one? This is going to be a long dulls today, man. I relate to the people who have been saying that they keep getting Depeche Mode's My Own Personal Pizza stuck in their head. Because I also keep, anytime I see an ad for pizza in my head, your own personal pizza. Someone to firm up your crust, someone you trust. Something like that. I'm working on the lyrics myself. I can't find anything that fits conveniently. I think you are. So I'm triangulating your position from 2 points. You're either around here, but not Turkey, because Turkey would be way closer to Cyprus. So like around here, or you're around probably not Egypt, but maybe the country just west of Egypt, which is Libya. Libya? Oh, I was really hoping you were Libya because I'm not the realest motherfucker when it comes to this place right here. I think you are Bulgaria. Oh no, man. Ukraine? It's adjacent to the answer. Moldova? Oh, Belarus? No, there's no way Belarus is closer to Cyprus. Then, like, Georgia's like here. Georgia's adjacent. Is it just Russia? Yeah. So I don't know what was wrong in my brain. But like when I saw that it was adjacent to Ukraine, I was like, well, I don't know what it could be because like most of what's adjacent is Russia and it can't be Russia. But then it turns out like it could be Russia. It's like when someone asks you to name your favorite albums of all time, and then you start saying like, okay, well, like obviously you got to throw in like Emergency and I don't know if you've heard like Propeller by Guided by Voices, and then you forget. They're like, oh, of course, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. I forgot about the obvious answer, man. That's got to be in there too. What do you mean overrated? Nobody fucks with the Beatles at all anymore. B1000 better than Propeller? Great album, huge disagree. But you might be a scientist and I'm not, so. Yeah, I don't know what you are. You might be like the Sandwich Islands. You might be like the Federated States of Micronesia. That's not good. You might be like the Falkland Islands, Malvinas. That might be Trinidad and Tobago. What's the Dutch one? Curacao? I don't know. I don't know the answer to this. Are you the French Southern Territories? It's literally Ecuador, bro. I didn't know Ecuador had the islands off the west coast, man. I assumed this was some stuff that was like a tiny island like north of Guyana. Those are the Galapagos? I'm literally not Charles Darwin, bro. He married his cousin. You got me confused with some other guy. You're a bio major? Yeah, that's geography, man. Now, I major in this January 2nd, 1998. We're talking about like some Saving Private Ryan stuff. Leonardo DiCaprio romance. Okay. That's still Titanic, right? Yeah, it's a slow burn. 6% drop week 3. That's crazy. An MGM picture. Possible we could be talking about like GoldenEye here. It's an adventure action thriller starring Pierce Brosnan. GoldenEye was like 1995 though. 1998 was the middle one, which is called The World Is Not Enough. Sorry, that one's called Tomorrow Never Dies. That's fucking 50 points we shouldn't have thrown away, man. That's pissing me off. Roger's spot is Woody. TriStar Picture 3% drop week 2. Starring Jack Nicholson. I'm going to assume that this is as good as it gets. Just makes sense, man. He puts the dog in the garbage chute. Not okay. DreamWorks SKG before they were an animated shop. A family comedy starring Nathan Lane. The type of beast that might play like Mouse Hunt there. What a fucking poster for Mouse Hunt. He's eating the Cheez-It, man. He's eating the Cheez-It. And a Miramax movie, $85 million in its first month, starring Neve Campbell. That's Scream 2. All right, it's a pretty good week at the multiplex. No, don't debase yourself. It's not Scream. Scream's from 1996. Couldn't be Scream. It had a long tail, but not that long. How'd you get those? I told you yesterday. With the era that I grew up, you have one TV in your house. You watch the TV with your whole family. Every 8 minutes, they play ads. The most ads are for cereal. Second most ads are for movies. So for a decade, you're getting fed weekly the movies that are coming out this week. And it sticks in your brain due to repetition. That Ed Helms type beat. Yeah, take me back to the monoculture, man. They're trying to bring back the monoculture, but not in the way I want. They're always asking me, did you see the new episode of Is It Cake? And I'm like, no, man. I was watching Jacob's Ladder on the bike. Have you seen it? Yeah. Pruitt Taylor Vince is in it, man. Pruitt Taylor Vince is in it. Kai Cenat is the new monoculture. Yes, sir. Okay, 1 second. Jim Caviezel, The Sound of Freedom. Where are we going with this? There must be, because Dennis Quaid is doing all that like True Flicks Republican Christian movies. There must be a movie with Jim Caviezel and Dennis Quaid that then, wait, how does Dennis Quaid get us to The Machinist? Right? I forgot we got to get here somehow. Okay, let me think about this for a second. We're trying to get to Christian Bale. I feel like there's gimmies here. Like Guy Pearce, LA Confidential. That takes you to James Cromwell. It takes you to Kevin Spacey. And then, like, I'm trying to think, Kevin Spacey, Christian Bale should be easy, man. Like Guy Pearce. Sorry, Los Angeles Confidential. Danny DeVito. Precious Chong. Simba's in this, of course, as we all remember. This guy, you've seen him. You've seen him around. Quentin Tarantino's in this one. This guy, we know this guy. We didn't know his name until now, but we know this guy. That guy, I remember that guy. He's in it for sure, man. Now, some of you, I don't really remember you being in the movie. Quite a cast, though. It's one of the longest scrolls I've ever seen, man. It never ends. It goes all the way to the bottom. Hang on, let me scroll back up. This is, that's crazy. You're not Bob Balaban, huh? You're Ron Rifkin. Ron Rifkin, who is Giovanni Ribisi's dad in Boiler Room. Now, what are we doing here? I don't know. I kind of just wanted to show that I knew who Ron Rifkin was, I guess. Ben Affleck and Christian Bale. Two fellas who have both been Batman. John Abrahams, of course, famously in Meet the Parents, which also features Blythe Danner, James Rebhorn, Tom McCarthy, a.k.a. Dr. Bob, Judah Friedlander. You don't have any good champagne, like $100 bottle of champagne? You could buy a bunch of mums. Remember that? Remember that, people? No, of course not. You wouldn't remember shit about that. You wouldn't remember shit about that. You don't know shit about Spencer Breslin, who was in The Kid with Bruce Willis, where Bruce Willis is on the cover going. You wouldn't know shit about Spencer Breslin, huh? Right? Yeah. How about Lily Tomlin? Lily Tomlin, of course, most famous from I Heart Huckabees, without a doubt. And then you got Mark Wahlberg, who's in The Italian Job with Michael Caine. Shit. The other Italian Job. Christian Bale. The problem is Christian Bale hasn't been in a lot of movies. That's what people have been saying that a lot lately. He's in American Psycho with Jared Leto. Who's in Fight Club with Ed Norton? Thank God Christian Bale has done one good movie in his life. I appreciate that. Time? Hate Ship, Love Ship. I haven't seen that one. I haven't seen that one. That's the most logical route. Yeah. That was so long? Well, yeah, because I was going down the Ron Rifkin rabbit hole for a little too long, I would say. Don't be mad at me for daylight savings time. First off, I already deal with that shit with my daughter, who's like, why are you waking me up early? Which is pissing me off. Then I also, I'm dealing with this shit too. Like, I don't like waking up an hour early. I kind of tank it because we got like bigger problems, but still. But it was spring forward? Yeah, spring forward means you're waking up an hour early. I don't know if you understand. I prefer it, by the way. I like the sun going down later. I'm just saying, don't take it up with me. This is RuneScape, man. It's too old for Metacritic. Riven, the sequel to Myst. Originally on DOS. You have absolutely no idea. Heroes of Might and Magic 1. First person shooter fantasy. This looks like the N64 game Hexen. How does this make sense? Because it came out on, I thought it came out on the N64. It was ported? There's no way it was a port of the DOS game, though, right? Also, I wasn't Hexen the one, because I remember seeing like the cover of Hexen is a guy who looks like this. In like it looks like he's at the top of like a stone tower looking like that. But then I thought it was also one of those games where when you boot it up, it's actually Tempest. Like it's an arcade game or something. Go to image 6. It does look like it could have come out on the N64, to be honest. It looks pretty bad. It's on sale for $5 on Steam. Nubby clears, I'm afraid. You played Trickshot Sim? Yep, Trickshot Sim is better, probably. I don't know. I've never played Hexen, and I never will. This is a Pokemon game. This is Arceus Legends. This is Heart Gold. It's Soul Silver. Ain't that Mr. Mister on the radio? It's Browns, Pokemon, Leaf Green, Pokemon. I'm pissed. It should be 2 words mashed together. Mashed. Leaf green, heart gold, maybe fire red. Pokemon. Pokemon. New Pokemon Snap. Pokemon Moon. It was that's Pokemon X. That makes sense. The antlers kind of make an X. There's a huge X. Yeah, there's a huge L too. It's the whole cover. It reminds me, the people mad that I missed this, it reminds me of Chibley last night saying, I hope we have daylight savings time soon so I can stop spending 7 hours every night playing idle games with my friends in a Discord voice call. And I said, and he didn't seem to vibe with this, but I stand by it. I said 26 is a crazy age because you can type that and then in the next sentence be like, BRB, my back hurts. And both of those sentences are like, that's facts, man. That's facts. Because you're an adult at 26. You're a real adult. But you're also like, it wasn't that long ago that you were like a kid. Because you're basically still a kid when you're like 20, I would say. Like you can go to like adult jail if you really mess up. Like if you jaywalk or something. Not for like a real crime. They'd probably just leave you alone. But like if you were jaywalking or like didn't pay a parking ticket or something like that, you could go to federal prison. But if I was talking to other dads from my kids' school and they were like, yeah, I spent 7 hours playing idle games like with my friends in a voice call last night, I'd be like, really, dude? You're fucking 44 years old. That's a cry for help. The back pain is built in, I think, at that age. But you're not 26 years old anymore, man. You gotta go to bed at a reasonable time frame. It ain't that serious. I'm here to tell you that you are 22 now, LARPing as being 44. Right now, you're like, that sounds like it would be sick. I promise you, when you are 44 years old, if you ever uttered that sentence, you would feel deep shame after uttering it. I'm closer to the flame than you are. I just turned 44. Okay, when was the last time you spent 7 hours playing idle games? Stop typing. I'm waiting for it. I can't find it. It's going by too fast, man. Last year? We're all God's children. You do you. You do you. I'm just one guy. I'm just sharing one man's opinion. Now, I preface it with, like, this is the way that the world works, which is not fair. It's called a rhetorical technique. Everybody's got to find their own way. This is Dome Keeper. Oh, this is... What's her name with the scarf? You know what I'm talking about? Reese Witherscarf with the scarf. Schnasty, something like that. You know what I'm talking about. Any chance you're like Advance Wars? Days of Ruin? You might be like Towerfall. That's erasing history. Celeste. Oh! The Iconoclast. The icon. Who the fuck? I know you. You're in shit. What is that game called? Was it not called the Iconoclast? Saved. Drop the duh, it's cleaner. You're right. I know this. We take those. Hello, Simvicta. Hello. How'd you get this, but not Pokemon X? Reminds me of one of the reviews from Nubby on Steam. And the review is, there are games that cost $100 million to make and took 9 years that are not nearly as fun as this. It's so true, man. I'm not saying all AAA games are bad because they're AAA. I am saying it seems like a huge waste of talent to get, like, I'm assuming 500 to 2,000 very, very talented individuals at the top of their industry and get them all together to make Pokemon Y. When you could be making like 100 nubbies, man. They could, or whatever. It could be making one nubby and then 99 whatever they want to make. You know, that speak from their soul. Yeah, they could have made one bazaar. Exactly. And the world would have been better for it, maybe. I don't know. How are they supposed to fund themselves? Oh, all of a sudden, everybody becomes a capitalist when I started to say we should have more indie games and less Pokemon games. I understand. You're telling on yourself. Shantae and the Half Genie Hero. It's a fantasy comedy that doesn't take place in the side view. I want to see if it's just an indie game. That's not smart. This isn't a smart guess. What happened? Did I lose internet? Hello? Hello? Can you still hear me? Yeah, I think I broke the game. I got nan-inf. Well, that's fine. Oh, never mind. I was so excited to maybe like not have to play guess the game. Guess. Dude, so funny that they would describe Balatro as having a bird view. I never thought that you're looking down on the table in Balatro, but I guess like that's one interpretation. That you're playing on, like, you're a camera above the board. I always took it as like you're looking at like a computer terminal. Not to be meta, but I mean, these games are themeless. Let me keep it a $1.50 with you. So as an indie fantasy comedy, I honestly have no idea. Let's try to at least get the year. Isometric board view. Not from Larian Studios. Could it be, what's that shit called? The Obsidian game that I always get confused with the Ken Follett novel. Could be Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire. It was made in Unity, okay. But it was not made by Obsidian. And it does not have RPG elements. So it's 19 to 2022. With an isometric bird view. Yeah, I don't really think it's Magica 2, but it is a comedy fantasy. From Van Ripper. I gotta be honest, we're not gonna get this one. Unless it's Disco Elysium? No, that's Studio Zaum. Yeah. Commander Keen, Goodbye Galaxy. BMX XXX. Matt Hoffman's Pro BMX. Ultimate Chicken Horse. Ah, Helltaker, yes, okay. This is not fair. Because I get suggested to play this game now and then. And I always say, I'm not going to play it because it's a horny game. And then people go, it's not a horny game. And then I go look at the reviews, and the reviews are like, this game's the best horny game I've ever played. It's 100% horny. It's not horny, it's just suggestive. Suggestive content is more horny than outright pornography. I don't mean that as a moral judgment. I just don't want to play it on stream. So George divided. Cannot stand. Sharks and Leafs. Yeah, thinking maybe like Patrick Marleau. Oh, we're not. This is Mike Babcock in 2019. I am not starting any fucking Marleau. Because he was kind of washed by, well, maybe in like 2021, 2022. Ducks, 250 plus assists. Yeah. I think it will probably go with a little fella by the name of Kevin Shattenkirk. Leafs, 250 plus assists in his career. Yeah. I'm thinking of a little guy. Thinking of it's not maybe we've heard this one before. Think of a little fella by the name of Borge Salming. Patrick Laine's dad, perhaps. You heard it here first. Oh, a flyer with 250 assists in his career. That's a tough one. Maybe you've heard of a motherfucker named Eric Desjardins. Yeah. That's what I thought, man. That's what I thought. And then the rest of these I don't really care for. I think perhaps Martin Havlat. No. I think perhaps Danny Heatley played for both of you. Yes, sir. Most British Canadian in history, perhaps. Everything else, who cares, man? Movie Grid. Welcome to Movie Grid. Carey Mulligan. 05 to 2025. An Education. Oscar-nominated film, one-word title. I gotta think of some more shit that Carey Mulligan's in. Because one-word title is Maestro. Is it possible that Promising Young Woman was nominated for an Oscar? Yes, it was! Okay, Russell Crowe, Oscar-nominated film. American Gangster. One-word title. Okay, well, let's go 05 to 2020. By the way, this is a great poll, because we could have gone Beautiful Mind, Gladiator. That's going to pull a lot. What's the Pope's exorcism? Is that the one where he rides the moped? Yes, it is. One word title, ignore the. The Insider. It's that simple. Michael Fassbender. One word title. We're going to go shame. And then, what's the one where he's got the shit on his head? It's named after him. I can't remember. You know what I'm talking about, though. He's in The Snowman, that's for sure, and that was not nominated for Oscars. Michael Fassbender movie nominated for Oscars. Got to be 12 Years a Slave. Good grid today. Good grid. What's so much? Frank with the... Okay, you're right. It could have been X-Men as well. He does have the shit on his head in X-Men. You're not wrong. The helmet, the purple helmet. People don't know Uneducation, huh? They do know the Ballad of Wallace Island, though. Top 11%, pretty good. I went through a Peter Sarsgaard phase. Of watching his movies, I don't really know if he's done anything like bad as a human being.
Chaotic, an adjective meaning marked by chaos.
Yep, that's true.
Skim, a verb meaning...
Skim, the worst milk.
Crouched, a verb meaning...
How Snake walks in Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater at a full sprint.
Aviation, a noun meaning... Citation, a noun meaning...
Like Eminem lyrics coming through in the clutch here.
Allowance, a noun meaning... Invasions, a noun meaning an...
It's easy, man. These are video game words.
Hippocratic, an adjective meaning of or relating to...
Or probably the oath that they make doctors take now, based on the standard of care in our healthcare system, the Hippocratic oath. Thou shalt fucking, I don't know, not listen to the patient that much because you're smarter than them. Thou shalt say that your appointment's at 9 a.m., but they don't have you on the table till 9:15, and then you're also sitting there waiting for the doctor to show up until like 9:30, and you're like, what the hell are we doing here? Then you hear a sound and you're like, I'm pretty sure that's like pretty sure that's Farmville, man.
Portrait, a noun meaning picture, especially a pictorial representation of a person.
It's embarrassing how many times I tried to type that.
Subsequent,
Subsequent you for my mum.
Sioux, a noun meaning a First Nation people of the North.
Nice try. I'll sue you.
Or Molu, a noun meaning golden or gilded brass or bronze used for decorative purposes, as in mounts for furniture. Moulu originates from French, meaning ground gold. Or Molu, a noun meaning golden or gilded brass or bronze used for decorative purposes, as in mounts for furniture. Moulu originates from French, meaning ground gold. Or Molu, a noun meaning golden or gilded brass or bronze used for decorative purposes, as in mounts for furniture. Moulu originates from French, meaning ground gold. Or Molu, a noun meaning golden or gilded brass or bronze used for decorative purposes, as in mounts for furniture. Moulu originates from French, meaning ground gold. Or Molu, a noun meaning golden or gilded brass or bronze used for decorative purposes, as in mounts for furniture. Moulu originates from French, meaning ground gold. Or Molu, a noun meaning golden or gilded brass or bronze used for decorative purposes, as in mounts for furniture.
How do you make
Moulu
sound in
originates
French?
from French, meaning ground gold.
Or molu?
Or Molu, a noun
That
meaning
doesn't
golden...
look. That doesn't even look close, man. That doesn't even look close.
Squadron, a noun meaning a unit.
I'm demoralized.
Radicchio, a noun meaning a chicory of a...
What? I got radicchio wrong?
Palaver, a noun meaning a long parley usually between persons of different cultures or levels of sophistication. Palavra is from the Portuguese, originating from late Latin parabola, meaning speech. Palaver, a noun meaning a long parley usually
Fuck you. Oh my God, we were so close. Or Molu. Or Molu. We were surprisingly close, man. Palaver. Okay. And then radicchio. 2C's, 1D. 2C's, 1D. That's a tough day today, man. Because they, like, I know how to spell things in English, but they gave us like 3 foreign words. That's real tricky. Oh, this isn't the daily of Food Guesser. My mistake. This is the daily. Hearty soup made with pickled cucumbers, I do like pearl barley. Pickle brine, often garnished with fresh herbs like dill and sour cream. Dill, sour cream, yes, sir. I think barley. I think we're in Scandinavia. I think this is a Swedish soup, man. South and east. I think this is a German soup. Rasolnik. I would say this has to be a Russian soup. That's correct. What the hell? That's this is from Italy. I know what that is, but I can't remember the name of it. It's in the appetizer section of Italian restaurants. I want to say it's called like an arancini or something. Or also known as a soupli. Apparently. Maybe I was way off. I'm eating one of these right now. Are you Frederick Bianco? He appears to be the #1 photographer of soupli worldwide. What the heck happened here? I accidentally clicked on the Creative Commons, man. Take me back. I didn't click next round. I thought the website broke. What the heck? Glutinous rice and purple food coloring? This looks like it's from the Philippines. Or Indonesia. They love eating purple stuff in, I'm going to say Indonesia. Librarian, back me up. Whatever, in the Philippines. That's Puto Bumbong, buddy. I was thinking, what if instead of gay Bob Dylan, there was like Bob Dylan who smokes pot? And then you could have like, hey, Mr. Skunky Weed Man, smoke a bong for me. Something like that. Bong Dylan. That's regular Bob Dylan? No, man. Bob Dylan was famously straight edge. He just had that dog in him when he stayed up for days in the Chelsea hotel writing Sad-Eyed Lady of the Lowlands for you. He was just built like a little bit different, I think. The Truckee River is the only outflow of what lake that at 500 meters deep could hold a lot of truckees? Like Baikal. Not Russian, huh? Because it sits on 3 fault lines. A tsunami-like wave could one day smash all the fancy houses on what lake shared by California and Nevada? Lake Mead? Fuck. GMC Yukon is basically the same vehicle as what Chevy Truckee named for a lake about 2,000 miles south of the Yukon? Lake Tahoe! Oh, of course. I was going to type Silverado. About 9.2 billion oscillations between two energy levels of a cesium-133 atom. That's a surprisingly complex official definition of what? A second. Get owned, bitch. What Fast and Furious maker says it's the world's fourth oldest major movie studio? Universal. Bianca is the actual lover of Cassio in the tragic mistaken identity climax of what 1604 play? Tragic. Tragic. Othello? I doubt it. Yeah, it's Othello. I'm a stud today. I'm a stud today. According to the USDA, about 9,000 years ago, what animal became the first to be raised by humans for meat? Take a stab at this one and say, like, goat. Name for it. Roquefort cheese is made from the milk of what animal? Maybe a sheep? The answer is sheep. Dude, we kind of did crazy today. That's 13 points. Never mind, that's 12 points. It says it right there. There's no reason for me to add. You're enlightened? I just know a lot about cesium, man. Disorderly. That's what's up. Holy cow. It's all Fermi estimations, man. Sort these percentages from highest to lowest. Percent of 2024 marathon runners who finish the race. You have to qualify for these big marathons, so that's going to be pretty high. The vast majority of people who qualify for the run are going to finish it. Steve Carell is probably in the office for like 30% of its runtime, maybe less when you factor in that he's not there for like the last 4 seasons. Percent of global wealth owned by the top 1% of richest people. I think that's like our watershed. That's going to be like 57% or something. A lot of the Earth's surface is covered by water. Percent of free throws made by the NBA's all-time leader in free throws. I got to assume that's going to be like in the 70s or the 80s. Percent of the world's population that's between 0 and 14. I have to guess like maybe a full quarter. So here's what I'm thinking. Lowest, Steve Carell. Percent of the world's population that are between 0 and 14. I'm going to guess that 70% of runners, it might even be like, it wouldn't surprise me if 90% of runners finish the race. Injuries happen, but 1 in 10 people getting injured or DNFing a marathon, that would surprise me. I do think it's possible that the best granny thrower of all time could hit above 80. And then I think this is going to be like, let me start. 20, 25, 53, 75, 79, 92. 99.3, 92, 71, 45, 34, 25. Not bad, though. Not bad. Chad doesn't know shit about economics. They thought this one was wrong. This was the easiest one, man. It was like the furthest from the 2 next ones. Chat was saying 90%. Okay. How does developing these skills help you as a streamer? I don't know, buddy. Look at the numbers. It's not for me to say. Nobody knows. It's one of those mysteries of the fucking world, you know? Why does it rain? Why is the sky blue? Why is water wet? One good thing about music, when it hits, you feel no pain, okay? We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal. And when I meet Thomas Jefferson, I'm going to get him to include women in the sequel. Work. That type of shit, okay? Look around, look around. How lucky we are to be alive right now. Type shit. And then you gotta hit the high part. You gotta hit the look around, look around. I can't hit that part. I guess we're done and we're on the band. No, we had Juxtastat. Juxtastat legit be like, what? What part of the U.S. is older and more busted? What part of the U.S. is beyond saving? What's the most busted state in the Union? What part of America has more people who are about to die? Which has a larger percentage of homes heated using utility gas? I have no idea. Could not possibly fathom a guess. If I had to make a guess, maybe in California, they got a little bit of hydroelectric. Whereas in Corpus Christi, I'm assuming it's natural gas. I don't know. I have no idea. Which has a higher population weighted density. I'm going to say Mozambique. I just don't know. Higher percentage of, okay, which one has a higher percentage of high income? Vaughan City or Halifax? It should be Vaughan City because it's a suburb of Tirana. Higher population? I'd say Santiago, Chile. Higher percentage of obese adults? I'd say North Carolina. Dude, the first two, no shame. No shame. I know shit about Vaughan, man. That's where Paramount Canada's Wonderland is. Let's slash marker.